Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, do we have an interesting episode here for you guys today. So make sure you go and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, as y'all know, the Lakers have kind of been in and out of the news over this off season. They've been talking about them in terms of wanting to make certain moves, like to acquire Russell Westbrook. Trade Russell Westbrook for Kyrie Irving. We just recently did a video where we're talking about the Lakers exploring a new strategy in which now they're planning to run the offense through Anthony Davis and how they're going to try to do that. Even Darvin Ham said now he's been given the green light to hold players accountable. They're not going to be with the pro. All of these different things. Now, there was one particular thing that we discussed in that last report that we didn't spend a lot of time talking about, but one of those things has something to do with one of the star players of the Los Angeles Lakers in Russell Westbrook, right? And as y'all know, Russell Westbrook, he didn't have a Russell Westbrook type of season that we're used to seeing, prior to him joining the Lakers. He didn't really have a good first-year campaign with the Los Angeles Lakers, and in fact, he came under a lot of scrutiny for the way the team underperformed as a whole. And you can't blame people for going at him, especially when he was in post-game conferences being very, very defiant with the media. And at the end of the season, he basically said, when they asked him of his expectations going into the season, where he basically said he has no expectations. Russell Westbrook said coming into the season, he had no expectations of the season. Now, this morning, we're getting a report from CBSSports.com where, the Lakers put out some pretty interesting news, and they have a new requirement of Russell Westbrook that I think a lot of you guys are going to find absolutely laughable. You guys are going to chuckle when you hear me read this one. But before we get into that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me just get into this article and basically read what it has to say. So the article starts off here from CBSSports.com. Lakers hoping Russell Westbrook can be corner three-point specialist. Sounds like the height of desperation. The article continues on. The Lakers want to trade Russell Westbrook. They would never and will never say that publicly, but for obvious reasons, you would be hard-pressed to find anyone with any credibility that would suggest otherwise. The Athletic believes is going to happen. He's not reporting it. It's just his opinion. But Buha recently stated on the Late Night Lake Show podcast that he believes the Lakers, who have consistently postured their unwillingness to give up 2 first-round draft picks to get off Russell Westbrook, will ultimately send out 2 future firsts, 2027 and 2029, in a deal with Brooklyn to bring back Kyrie Irving package that will also likely include one Joe Harris, Seth Curry, and Royce O'Neal. The Lakers could also look harder into sending Russell Westbrook and 2 future picks to Indiana for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Buha believes the Lakers would be more reluctant to do that deal, but as training camp and the season nears, the urgency to get away from Russell Westbrook and put a team on the floor that can give LeBron James a chance to compete will only increase. The Lakers are looking to turn Russell Westbrook into a 3-point corner specialist. That's what they want to turn Russell Westbrook into. Here's my first thought about this. Based off of anything, or based off of everything that we know about Russell Westbrook, does Russell Westbrook strike you like the type of guy that you're going to go up to him and start making recommendations about his game? When you watch Russell Westbrook play last season, did he look like at any point in time, did it look like Russell Westbrook made any sacrifices in his game? Did Russell Westbrook play any defense last season? If you watch any of the Lakers game, Russell Westbrook played absolutely no defense. That's why I thought it was laughable when Darvin Ham was up there talking about he would like to see Russell Westbrook get back to being a defensive four. When was Russell Westbrook this defensive four? When did that happen? Like, where was I at when that happened? Russell Westbrook has never, ever been a defensive force. And let me check. How many all defensive teams? I want to check right now. How many all defensive teams has Russell Westbrook made in his career? Oh, wow. Look, it turns out Russell Westbrook has not made a single all NBA defensive team in his entire career. So how can a player that has never made an all defensive team all of a sudden supposed to become some type of defensive ball stopper? How the hell is that supposed? So that's the first sign of chronic delusion with these guys. That's the first sign that they want this guy to turn into some defensive stalwart. And that's why it always blew my mind when they say Russell Westbrook is the hardest working player out there. Listen, folks, basketball has two sides of the ball. Defense is also an aspect of basketball. If you don't play defense, how are you the hardest working guy on the court? How? To me, the hardest working guys in the NBA have always been two-way players. These are the Kobe Bryants. These are the Michael Jordans. To a certain extent, these are the LeBron Jameses. These are the Kawhi Leonards when they play. These are two-way players playing both sides of the ball. These are guys that are, putting it all out there, scoring 25 plus points a night and also playing great defense. So when they said he was one of the hardest work, I really was trying to understand what exactly do they mean by that. Maybe I don't understand it. Maybe because I never played on a professional level. I'm not a basketball player. So maybe they understand something that I don't understand. That's the first thing. But secondly, they want Russell Westbrook to turn into a corner three-point shooting specialist. Are you freaking kidding me? Let's look at Russell Westbrook's three-point shooting percentage over his career. Okay, and there are two things I want us to look at to understand of whether or not this is actually realistic or we're just up here saying a bunch of hot nonsense. Number one, Russell Westbrook last season shot 30% from the three. Season before that, he shot 31.5% from the three. Season before that, he shot 26% from three. Season before that, he shot 29% from three. Season before that, he shot 30% from three. So basically, in the last 5 years, Russell Westbrook has barely shot 30. He's only shot 30% from the three-point line twice. Every other time he shot below 30%. Russell Westbrook in his entire NBA career, the highest he's ever shot from the three-point line is 34.3%. And that's when he was attempted 7.2 three-pointers per game. That's the first thing worth pointing out. Russell Westbrook is not a great three-point shooter. That's the first thing. The second thing worth talking about is the free throw shooting. It seems like for whatever reason, Russell Westbrook's shooting mechanics are off or have been going off for the last few years. And in fact, if you look at his free throw shooting percentage, which is a great indicator of just how well a guy can actually shoot the ball, Russell Westbrook in 2017, 2018, that was the last time he shot over. Okay, he shot 73%. Season after that, he shot 65%. Season after that, he shot 76. Season after that, he shot 65. Season after that, he shot 66. Russell Westbrook is not an efficient shooter, period, end of story. So for the Lakers basically trying to relegate Russell Westbrook to a corner three-point shooter, I think is laughable. It is laughable. But this is what they want to do. They want him to turn into some three-point shooter. It has gotten to that point. Russell Westbrook is supposed to turn into a three-point shooter. So y'all are gonna convince him to play off the ball on the corner, shooting threes. Yeah, all right. Whatever you guys think about this story, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch y'all on the next episode with this nonsense. Catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.